In this video, I'm hoping to clear up a widely debated question as to whether or not it is permissible to exceed the speed limit whilst you are overtaking another vehicle. It's possibly one of the biggest misunderstandings around the UK with regard to driving laws, that many people believe that if you are overtaking, it's okay to just exceed the speed limit a little bit because you're trying to get past the other vehicle. But the truth is, there is nothing in the highway code, and there is certainly nothing in legislation, that makes it permissible for you to exceed the speed limit in any circumstances, much less overtaking. In fact, quite the reverse. If you are exceeding the speed limit whilst overtaking, it's very much more likely that you might be held to account for careless driving, which is careless and inconsiderate driving, which essentially means that you are not paying due consideration to other road users, which is quite likely going to be the case if you are speeding past another vehicle. Some of this confusion might actually come out of the highway code rules themselves. In Rule 163, it does state that you should move quickly past the vehicle that you are overtaking once you've started to overtake. But what it doesn't say, however, it certainly doesn't give permission for and doesn't even talk about, is exceeding the speed limit whilst you're overtaking. Moving quickly past the vehicle merely means that you shouldn't hang around, because if you are overtaking the vehicle, clearly you can't do it very slowly. But it certainly doesn't mean that you should be exceeding the speed limit. Government figures show that many thousands of accidents each year are because of vehicles overtaking. So just to reiterate what the highway code does say about overtaking, it begins at Rule 162, which says before overtaking you should make sure the road is sufficiently clear ahead, road users are not beginning to overtake you, and there's a suitable gap in front of the road user that you plan to overtake. Rule 163 goes on to say overtake only when it is safe and legal to do so. You should not get too close to the vehicle you intend to overtake. Use your mirrors, of course, taking a sideways glance into blind spots. Don't assume that you can just follow another vehicle that's overtaking. Then the bit that causes controversy, which is move quickly past the vehicle that you are overtaking. And it also addresses overtaking on the left, which it says only overtake on the left if the vehicle in front is signalling to turn right and there is room to do so. Rule 164 provides additional guidance on overtaking large vehicles. And Rule 165 provides situations where you must not overtake. Now remember, must not rules are almost always backed up with legislation, regulations, and therefore offences. And for those that are not sure, regulations form part of the law. It is not just an arbitrary word that doesn't mean anything and is not enforceable. It very much is enforceable, and regulations are usually given power of enforcement by the Road Traffic Act 1988 or other legislation. So Rule 165 provides you must not overtake if you would have to cross or straddle double white lines with a solid line nearest to you. But as a caveat, see Rule 129. Rule 129 simply provides that you may cross the line if it is necessary, providing the road is clear, to pass a stationary vehicle overtaking a pedal, cycle, horse or road maintenance vehicle if they are travelling at 10 miles per hour or less. So incidentally, this clears up this confusion as to whether you can overtake a cyclist when you have double white lines. So the answer to that, as in Rule 129, is yes, you can, but providing the road is clear, providing they are travelling at 10 miles per hour or less. Now remember, many road racing cycles are going to be travelling at more than 10 miles per hour, quite frequently at 20 or 30 miles per hour, so you should not be overtaking them if there are double white lines and it seems to you that these cycles are travelling at those speeds. And of course, there are other situations provided by Rule 165 where you must not overtake, and additionally other situations provided by Rule 166 that say do not overtake if there is any doubt, or where you cannot see far enough ahead to be sure that it's safe, typically involving corners, bends, humpback bridges, or the brow of a hill. Rule 167 provides some further guidance, so you can pause to look at this point. And Rule 168 provides information about being overtaken yourself. So if another vehicle is trying to overtake you, you should maintain a steady course and speed, slowing down if necessary to let the vehicle pass. Never obstruct drivers who wish to pass, and speeding up or driving unpredictably while someone is overtaking you is dangerous. Now this is important because I have heard many people talking about speeding up when someone is trying to overtake them. The highway code expressly states states that this is dangerous. If a police car happened to be behind you or watching you or somehow just sees what happens, perhaps, for example, if all of this is caught on somebody's dash cam CCTV, then if you accelerate to prevent somebody from overtaking you, the Highway Code has specifically said that this is a dangerous act. And if reported to the police may well then try to prosecute you for dangerous driving, which I'm sure you can appreciate is a serious offence. And even if not dangerous driving, certainly careless driving will be a consideration. So I hope you found this a useful overview for overtaking. Please remember to subscribe and like the video, and as always, thank you for watching.